right, we are live with a new adventure.
Whoa, new adventures.
Doing Edge of the Empire Beyond the Ice Dome. So, it sounds like the group has had 2 weeks since the Beyond the Rim game ended. So, looks like some people swapped out characters, and we have some other characters returning.
Yeah, he's joining!
So I was building a shield.
Alright, so I've cleared the dice pool. And you guys are at 80 obligation. That's a lot. So you guys can start doing your Destiny points. Roll20 is kind of lagging when I try to drag character sheets out of the way. Alright, so I will do the obligation.
Well, I'm starting off the day really great. Just gave our GM 2 black pips to work with.
I'll have to make sure I use them.
I'm sure he appreciates that.
Well, I'm sure he does. Oh, well, there you go. At least you guys are counteracting it. So
Yes!
Let me see what I can get.
Look at that. You guys have 80. You guys have 80 total obligation. It lands on 87, so nobody's worried about anything. But you guys are notorious enough that no legal arms or armor dealer wants to sell you any equipment because they're afraid of getting monitored by the Imperials.
Well, we might have to muscle them into doing it then, because they're not going to be doing it willingly.
So, all right. So let's go ahead and move us to skip one.
There you go. I try to give you some more to work with.
All right. So who's all on? We got Kit Cam, Cena, Udark, and Guyver.
Yep.
All right. What have you guys been doing with your 2-week downtime?
And Guyver crafted a new murder bot.
Of course he did.
And with murder bot weapons, he just didn't have enough time to create the murder bot armor. So he just borrowed from one of his other droids that's not using it. And I think that was it. He did something for someone else. Oh yeah, he built some armor for Senna. He ended up building 2 armors. That's actually for Senna.
And Senna spent her downtime recruiting a bodyguard NPC named Raptor. He's a gank, and she spent some time acquiring armor and weapons, and also some cybernetics for him to because gank are kind of addicted to cybernetics. She kind of sweetened the deal by paying for a large amount of his enhancements.
All right.
My character would have been trying to see what this weird sword, ancient sword is. He's not part of the character sheet because I don't have the stats for it. But it won't be a thing in the game. It's just a flavor thing.
We can do it. We can do a lore check or something like that. Maybe you can ask someone for some help.
All right, well, they got to create the weapons not on, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I think some of you guys wanted to focus on paying down some of your obligations, so
yeah.
Someone can start and let me know what they want to do.
Kekim and Erdak both have like a big, huge deck from that one dude.
The one dude that narrows it down to a galaxy full of trillions.
Pat knows who they are. They're the ship dude, the Bacta ship. Remember?
Yeah, we blew up the ship that had the 15 civilians on it.
Yeah, that was one of the games where I was falling asleep during it.
Right,
yeah.
So you guys want to get a hold of Hanar? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Hamar, I think it's called. It doesn't really specify how to say his name.
All right. So how do you want to go about that?
I think Pat said that we'd have to do I think he said that we have to do like some jobs for him since it's like $1 million.
Well, first off, you would have to contact him. So how do you guys want to go about that?
I would think that we could wait until we get back to skip 1, where we have a little more ability to utilize some extra things that we don't have available on the ships. And I'm on Kitcam's actually on skip 1, so I can actually go ahead and go like to the library and use like what would be the equivalency of a library computer, a HoloNet thing, whatever, and make attempts at contacting him and getting hold of him.
Okay, well, it's a easy to simple computer check because his company's pretty widely known, and ships back to across the galaxy, and they have a holo page that has a contact. So if you can't get a hold of him directly, you could probably figure out who to contact and leave a message or an email to get a message to him. Okay. So for some reason it's just eluding you as far as you're looking to try and contact the Hamar guy, and you're like, well, none of this actually gives me his actual holo or a comm number. I don't know what to do.
Should have hung on to his contact for his business card.
That's something that Kickham apparently has to get better at doing.
You could just spend a light side point and find it in your pocket.
No, let's add a little bit of flavor to this. Okay, so since he went to the little computer thing, couldn't figure nothing out, he's gonna like try to kind of I'm gonna say like using his charm. Or actually no, I want to use.
You want to get someone to do it for you, right?
Well, no, I don't want somebody to really do it for me, but I just want to go about finding the information that I need like in a different route. So not using like digital technology, but kind of like going back and actually like just kind of walking around the bar, talking to people, like that sort of thing. But
okay,
is first off, is he up on the like up and on the level, or is he like a
he operates
seedier kind of?
He operates in the mid room, so chances are he's probably not going to be out this far.
The colonies. He operates in the colonies.
Yeah, the colony. Sorry, that's the inner rim. He's in the inner rim. He's like way away from you guys. He's about a week away, travel time.
Okay, but like, is he like a upstanding guy, or is he like dealing the seedier thing?
Oh,
the only reason why I'm
either
asking
way,
is
you can
because
do an education or underworld. You can do either one. You could do a streetwise to see what you can hear from other people talking in a bar to find out if anyone is doing any jobs for him or knows a direct line to the guy.
Okay, I can do a streetwise. That'll work.
All right, I'll say 2 purple. It'll be average.
Ooh, dice are not with me today.
You want some suggestions on the advantage, or do you want to spin those a specific way?
No, I'll use this advantage just to kind of see if I can, I don't know, maybe gain some sort of intel. Like, it might not be something that I'm looking for, but like something else that might be useful.
So some useful information. So as you're asking around, a few people have done some jobs for him. In fact, they don't like him because they tried to made them take the fall for a back to insurance scam. So same type of stuff he pulled with you guys, but you guys kind of fought back. So you've ran into a few people like that don't like him. And one of them thinks they have a business card of his somewhere.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, then I'll just ask him if he has that available, if he'd mind giving that to me.
Yeah, I think I have a business card, but I'm having a real hard time remembering where I put it. maybe some Alderanian ale might help me to remember.
Oh, okay. I see where this is going. All right, sure. So I'll kind of get the barkeep's attention and like wave my fingers in whatever bar manner would mean that I need to.
What do you have?
I need 2 Alderanian ales, please.
Okay, that'll be 7 credits.
All right, there you go. And I'll pass him 10 credits. So.
Ah, much obliged. Oh yes. It's starting to come back to me now. Actually, hold on. And he digs into his pockets and pulls out the equivalent of a space wallet that's looks like it's about a decade old. It looks like it's made from some space eel material, or it used to be. The color's faded, and he's opening it up, and you swear two like space gnat flies flew out of it. There's like something that used to be some type of currency or paper, and a whole bunch of lint particles come out as he opens up the wallet, and he pulls this very tattered, withered, faded business card out, and the information is barely legible, but it's on there. He's like, here you go. Man, I've must have had this thing on me for a couple years. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, that absolutely looks like you've had it for quite some time, but that's all right. I appreciate this, and I'll actually toss him 5 credits as well, and thank him
Awesome.
for
Thank you.
thank him for the information, and then I will kind of bow my head and part ways. Again, thanking him for his cooperativeness with coming up with the information and that I needed. And I will walk out, and I will go back to some other form than technology, since that seems to not be my forte, to try to get a hold of him.
So you've been alerted, I guess about 2 weeks ago, that a lot of your crew members, one of the ships that they frequently travel in, had docked at the station. So you do know that some of the people that you've traveled with have been on the station for a little while. They've been back from their mission for about 2 weeks, so you have that knowledge. You get like a little HoloNet text message if you have at least a 3-mall security comm that sends you alerts whenever ships that you want to be on the lookout for dock at the station.
Okay, perfect. Well, then if I will have that information, which I do have a 3-mall comm, so that's perfect. Then I will take this tattered piece of paper then, and I will go find Urdak and try to hunt him down. And I'll get on the comms and I'll call for him. I'll be like, Urdak, come in.
Oh yeah, yes. What is it?
Hey, Urdak, this is Kit Cam. Remember like forever ago when we like blew up that ship by accident? Well, not by accident, maybe we meant to, but we weren't aware that there were civilians on that, and like we got in real big trouble.
Yes.
Well, I ended up actually finding the contact for that guy that is like looking for us and whatnot. So I was thinking, that it might not be a bad idea to maybe try to like hook up with him in some sort of way, and maybe like, pay off that debt that we owe to him. I mean, because I feel bad. I'm not really down for like just senseless killing. So, I mean, I feel like it's only right that we, actually go back and pay what's due to them.
I agree. I think I know some good people for the job. And he will proceed to call up, you're playing Senna, correct?
Yeah. Is my mic on? Yeah.
I heard you.
Yeah. He will call up Senna and Guyver. And see if they're up for that type of stuff.
You hear a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think I'd be up for it. I have some potential business in the inner rim as well, so it would be in my way to go out and help you out with your thing.
you hear a lot of banging and noise, just like basic background noise that you hear whenever he's in his workshop. Hello? Sorry, what were you saying?
Hello, and Guyver. This is Urdak.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, is there something wrong with the stuff I built you, or what's going on?
No, everything's okay with that. I was wondering if you'd like to give me a hand with something that I need to get off my record.
Well, I do happen to have a few hands free and some extra droid hands and stuff. What do you need help with?
So there's this dude who put a really big bounty on us for harming innocents, and we'd like to repay it. But would you be able to help us with that?
Oh yeah. What's that? Yeah, we can all sit down and talk. When you
Uh,
say we, like as in who? Who's we?
Kick him, I, and Senna.
Oh, Santa. Okay, that's that lovely Twi'lek woman that I built some armor for recently, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Do you want to meet in the bar, or where do you want to meet in my ship?
We can meet in the bar.
All right, I'll be there. I have a new toy to show you.
Fascinating. And he will proceed to tell everyone else where they'll be meeting in the bar to talk this all out. You guys there?
Yeah, Senna will show up to the bar with her new bodyguard.
Yeah, I will be heading in that direction as well.
Okay.
All right. I was AFK for a minute. Did anyone need me for something?
No, we're just meeting up to discuss.
Okay. And so you guys are all going to a bar?
We're gonna meet in the bar. I'm bringing my new friend. Since I figured we're gonna be outlaws now, might as well build some bits highly illegal as well. Oh, hey there, Senna. I don't see anyone else. Where's everyone at?
Oh, am I the first one here?
I don't see you on the map, Pinkhiver.
There's two Sennas.
Oh, I'm in the bar. Is there two Sennas in the bar?
No.
I'm by the exact tables in the bar up there. I'll come down.
Oh, were you talking
Oh,
about
I'm
the
sorry, ma'am.
Oh, you're talking about the
I'm
upper
confused with
bar.
someone else that has a similar name and similar look. My bad.
I didn't realize there was a pool in the bar.
I know, right? I'm
Hey,
looking
all
at my
are.
character.
Some
You know, the funniest thing happened to me on the way here. I ran into someone that looks exactly like you, Senna.
I get that a lot. I think a lot of people kind of think that most of us look the same. I've heard. I don't think it's true.
You're way you're way prettier than she was, anyways.
There's a lot of variation. It's just they get distracted by the tails on our heads. Like I don't know what the name for those are because she would. I don't.
Gotcha. All right. Hey, Urdak, how's he doing? Is Kit King coming?
He said he'd be here.
I am on my way. However, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my sentry droid at the moment. AKA, off table, I have no control of my sentry droid.
Oh, then Jeff, you probably need to go in since I'm not in GM mode anymore to make it all players.
No, that's what I did. I went all the way to the bottom of the sheet there, and it says Kit Cam Sentry Droid, and that's the one that I put out onto the.
I'm saying in the mirror, I see 3 centers on this map now.
Sounds like we might need to do some housekeeping on this map.
Maybe.
Hey, Erdak, what do you think of my new toy?
That is definitely a big gun.
Thanks. I hear we're pretty well known, so I figured I might as well fill the part with this guy and this gun.
Okay, so Kicken comes in now with this small little droid, and then this big, huge, honking droid.
Oh, nice. Which one was giving you problems?
Oh, no, I'm wearing my normal battle armor. Okay, alright. Well, if that's the case, then I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, so I will tell him to go back to my ship, to Tinkerbell, and await there for any further instructions or instructions if I need him to come for any reason. Okay, so I'll have him walk away, so that way it's not so bad. And I was like, okay, I'm like, well, mental note to self. Perhaps maybe I need to do some altercations on that droid to make him not look so like he does. Yeah, like he does.
It doesn't carry a highly illegal weapon like my one is. That should be fine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just don't like to draw too much attention to myself, so when that happens, it's not necessarily fun. But yeah.
I think the more people know about us, the more business I can get. I see it as a win-win, but you know, let's see what the problem is. What's going on there, or that?
So we're going to go do some job for this person who put the bounty on us.
A job?
Well, potentially. I actually tried to get a hold of him earlier before you guys got back here, but I was having quite a difficult time in locating him. So I actually located him, and I'll pull the card, the like really super faded card, out of my pocket, and I will put it onto the table so everybody can see it. And I'll be like, but I did manage to find this. And I'm like, so, like, we just need to contact him so we can see if there's anything that we can do about working off this debt that we owe to him.
Is this that same one where the bounty hunters came after you when we were in the colonies that last time there, Kit Cam?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the same guy. Yep. Apparently, they're not real happy with Urdak and I at the moment. So, just to get a little bit of heat off of us, we would like to go ahead and just get this done and taken care of. It's not a whole lot, so I mean, it should be fairly simple. I would think nothing too complex or too complicated.
Okay, sure. How do we get in contact with them? I guess I need to look at the card. What do we need to do?
Yeah, I mean, I would look at that card. And sorry, Ardak, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to show out the information and make sure that they weren't assuming that we already had a job lined up.
You're okay.
So, GM, what the card that's faded? Can you see anything from it, or do we need to make any kind of rolls, or?
Jeff, you there?
I don't know. He's in chat, but he's not talking.
I don't see any movement. Let me text him.
Maybe he left again.
I'm here. What's up?
The faded card they have. Do we need to make any rolls? Can we?
No, it's barely legible, but it's legible. So someone can get on a long range, either a HoloNet or there's a attachment you can get for a vehicle that lets you do subspace long range communications. The Pioneer something or other, long range transceiver, I believe is what it's called.
I have a HoloNet link on my ship if you need to use it.
Also, especially since you don't want to do all the public relays.
Yeah, the Gazanti also has a HoloNet relay, the Imperial HoloNet relay.
Oh, we could take the shuttle to that big ship that we got. What do you want to do?
So you guys going on one of the ships to make a long distance call?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to try to get a hold of that guy.
All right. Which ship?
I'm good with either using Senna or the Gazanti. Either one is fine with me. I don't know what
If we
anybody
use
else.
the Imperial channels, is it like is it the same HoloNet? Is it potentially open to like Imperial eavesdropping?
It can be, but you can always encrypt it. Someone with computer skills can always roll to encrypt it. It's just simple, and then the more success you get, adds setback. But if you're doing an open one, you still got the same risk of Imperials, but non-Imperials also intercepting it.
Okay.
In fact, the HoloNet in this era, this is one year before the Battle of Yavin, or less than 1 year away. The HoloNet is primarily used by the Empire anyway, so they're listening to anyone that's on it. That subspace transceiver, though, does not use a HoloNet, and that's what Rebels usually use to communicate between systems. It's not as fast as a HoloNet, but it's still close enough real time.
So yeah, I'd say if we're going to use HoloNet, just make sure we're not discussing anything that we don't want the Imperials potentially hearing.
Yeah, that's what Angaver suggests. He says if you guys are dealing with someone who's put a bounty on you, I don't think you want to go out on the public network, because if there's any bounty hunters looking for you, they'll know where to find you.
Oh, also, Necro set it up so that all the stormtroopers on board the Gazanti, the actual stormtroopers that have no clue that we're not actually part of the Empire, they all have restricted access to HoloNet, and they had to create their new credentials on this Imperial system, so we have access to their credentials if you want to log in as one of them. You can thank Necro later.
Text, thank you.
All right, so I'm moving to Gazanti.
Yeah, that's what y'all want to go to the Gazanti. We can do that.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good to me.
All right, communications is right down here. Let me. Right down here. And I better play some proper ambiance as you're on the Gazanti.
I guess I could be dropping off the ship and showing off the Necro where they're doing a little communications relay.
So you can encrypt it if you want. It's a average computer check. Each success gives a setback to anyone that wants to listen in.
All right, I'll roll that. I'll encrypt it, and then I'll go show off the ship to Necro and all the other group that shuttle we built.
Oh, it was assumed that you did all that during that 2-week off time because Necro installed the he swapped out the tracking array from his shuttle to the shuttle you built, and we'll just say that.
Oh yeah, okay.
And you guys can take the shuttle to the Gazanti, and the shuttle can dock with the Gazanti now if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'll do the communicate. I'll do the computer check. I'll have Slicer help me.
And I guess I'll be standing by in case you need some charm or negotiation dealing with this guy.
There's just 2 purple.
Let me pull this character sheet. 1 second.
And Pata or Sina, I think you wanted to do some type of PR relation thing to lower yours.
Yeah, I figured maybe like tagging along with them to the Inner Rim, I might be able to find some a good PR firm or something to kind of get my image rehabilitated. So that's kind of her reasoning for tagging along. I can probably just conduct some business of my own while we're out there.
Okay.
I don't know if that fits with what you had planned or not.
I hope he was able to get Slicer to do it correctly.
So, as a player, you could probably figure out a way to meet your goals and objectives as your character. So there's probably going to be some opportunities that you can steer stuff towards helping pay off your obligation.
Okay.
That's about mine, right, Jeff?
All right. So yeah. So you've got 4. I don't got the sheet on for me. It's either the advantage or the successes add to the you got 7? Oh, is that because you use a droid?
Yeah, I had Slicer do it.
Okay, so you feel very confident that your comms are very encrypted. You got the droid right there. He's got his slicing gear into the communications, and it looks like it's intently concentrating, and then it puts its finger in the air and points at you and has a finger on its ear as if it's ready for you to go live or make your call.
All right, which one you gonna call?
Oh, they're gonna call that Hunan person on the business card.
Yeah, who's gonna speak? Erdak, you or Cam?
I think
I'll let. Yeah, that's fine.
I think Cam has better talk than I do.
So they both volunteered each other.
Unless you want to say Sin is representing y'all.
No, that's okay. I will make an attempt at talking to him. That's fine.
Hey Jeff, you remember what you talked about for my obligation, right?
I wrote it down.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not actively gonna be seeking him out. I guess he's gonna find me.
And if you guys are doing negotiations, can I do a skilled assist, like as kind of like listening in, but having my mic muted and kind of tell them like or my observations on what he's saying or what they should say to him?
You're coaching them through it.
Yeah, like kind of silently coaching them.
Yeah, that's.
So, and Guyver, you're gonna have to actively seek them out. Seek out your guy from Black Sun.
I figured, like I was talking with the fame that he's getting lately, with the stuff he's been building, and that it would probably eventually get back to him, especially with what he did for Saw.
Yeah, you still got to go reach out to them. They got egos. They're not gonna go reach out to someone they put a bounty on.
Okay, then I'll try to contact Saw and ask him if he can reach out to this guy, use his contacts to find a guy.
Okay.
So what do I have to roll in order to talk to this guy?
It's no roll needed. You dial up the number, and it's you hear the comm connecting signal noise.
Okay, perfect. I will wait until I hear a response.
This is Hanar's secretary. How may I direct your call?
Above table, real quick. Does he have our real names, or he has us as like George and our code names, right?
He has what you filled out on the data pad.
Okay, because I think I used George. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna say that this is George, and I have my associate with me, whatever Erdak's name was, and then tell him that we want to make amends and pay our debt to him because we feel like it's owed. So we want to do whatever is necessary to pay it off.
So, secretary is like, one moment, and you hear a clicking noise, and then Hanar, Demarian, I guess you'll be doing Hanar, but Hanar, I believe, has a regular shipment of Bacta that's kind of regular that goes off of Uneva Prime, which is really close to a specific planet. So, Hanar, you can take it away.
Hello?
Hi, Hanar. This is George. I heard that you had a bounty out on me and my compatriot here. So we were trying to get in contact with you to actually discuss terms of taking care of that bounty, so that way, the duty is paid.
One second. He switches the phone. Okay, now we can talk. So, I see y'all just come crawling back. I guess that little bounty must have done its real trick on y'all. And I see the last group, they said who told them that y'all already collected that. What was that about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I sent some group that found out you were there in the colonies, and then they came back and said that someone already turned you in. Don't worry, I took care of them for their not being reliable. So, I see you trying to get back in my good graces now. Let's see if I have anything, if I really want to accept that. How do I know you're going to try to double cross me again?
Well, I mean, that wasn't really our intention the first time. However, it seems like you intended to do something dirty to my crew that I had at the time. So really, we were just defending ourselves.
Fair enough point. I'll give you that. And like I said, I did admire y'all's abilities to see through the ruse and everything. So I guess y'all are confident enough to handle something for me. I've been trying to get into the wine business lately, and I just need someone to get in contact with. What'd you say, Jeff? It was
Planet of Belvis is known for having some Ithorian wine, which is real good, and Belvis happens to be one sector away from where you do regular runs for Bacta, and you would like to get in on the Flynn Corporation, which is the wine company that's actually they arrived around 17 BBY, so 16 years ago, and they are known for their wine being in the perfect climate on this ice world that has volcanic craters that produce a jungle, and so the combination of the atmosphere makes a really delicate wine, and so you'd like to secure partnership with them where, since you've already got a ship in the sector ready that makes regular delivery, see if you can get in on the wine action.
What he said.
Okay, so that means that we would be taking your ship then?
Not necessarily. So he's wanting to get a contract with them, with his company. So he can send you details. He can have it on a data pad or something, but he wants you to get a contract with them.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty doable. I think we can handle that. And just so we're at a complete understanding, by doing this, myself and my compatriot here will be free and clear in your good graces.
Yeah, as long as everything goes off smoothly, and I'm able to secure the contract, I could take the profits I make out of there to start going towards paying off that bounty that you owe me.
Okay, perfect. We will.
Senna holds up her hand and says, "He said," and she covers, make sure she doesn't come across on the mic. He said, "Start paying off the bounty." He didn't say, "Pay off completely." Let's clarify that point.
He'll look over at Senna and be like, "Good point, good point." And then he'll get back on the mic again, and he'll be like, "Well, I heard you say that you could start to pay off that bounty. So, does that mean that there would still be a potential of folks coming to look for us, or does that mean that we will be in the free and clear and will not be hunted down like animals?"
You won't be hunted down, but until I make enough off these things, I'm not going to remove the bounty. It's going to slowly be removed, but I'm not going to send anyone after you, and I will make sure they know not to go after you.
Okay.
So basically, this contract is going to be a 10-year contract, and he will remove the obligation from you guys, because 5 points each, if you're able to get them to sign, and the contract's pretty hard-handed, so it might be tough to swallow for a corporation that might already be using other means. So it's not something real simple. So just so you know, this is if you can get them to sign the contract as is, where it benefits him greatly, and there's not that much incentive on the wine people, then he'll remove the bounty. Anything else is up to him whether he wants to remove it or not, depending on how good the terms are for him. But he likes the terms heavily in his favor to get. So a 10-year contract with them with these terms will get him his $1 million that he lost on the insurance scam when you guys blew up his ship.
Okay, I will do what I need to do, cover up the mic to make it to where it's not transmitting anything, and then I'll look at Senna and I'll be like, "So, are you up for some hardcore negotiation?"
I mean, yes, I can definitely do some negotiation here on your behalf. I feel like it's a little bit shaky what he's promising you here.
Yeah,
if you're
I mean,
that, this is on you and Urdak, but I would try and secure a little bit more definite of a term of what you're getting and what you're providing.
yes, yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing, because it definitely does not sound very solid. So once that happens, I'll go ahead and I'll remove my hand, whatever, from the mic again. And and then just tell them, be like, hey, like, I appreciate everything, but like, things just still aren't real super clear as far on my end as far as what it is that we're expected, what the outcome of what we are expected is going to result in. So I just want to make sure that like we're all on the same page and we all have an understanding of what's going on.
And then I guess Jeff, you tell them what the contract is, or what are you doing? Saying about
All right, so the contract says that you will use the I don't know what Hamar's corporation is, but Hamar has a huge ship that can take all of your wine that's scheduled to go for distribution into the inner colonies, and you'll want the Thorian company to sign a contract to use his shipping services since he's already in the area, and he'll ship it for you guys to your destination. So basically using it as a taxi service. But in exchange for that, he's wanting a percentage, like just say 10% of the sales of the wine versus a flat fee. So 10% might be a little high for a company, so you'll have to see. But you will have to negotiate with I don't know if your characters have any business acumen, but you'll have to go to Belsavis planet system and negotiate with them directly and see if you can get them to sign the contract.
Okay, and then if we can get them to sign this contract, then myself and my compatriot will be in the free and clear.
Yeah, he needs to make sure that it has the contract that you're signing has a biometric reader and a holo recorder and witnesses to also to make sure that the contract actually happened with the right people. So a verification of either the CEO or someone that's in control of being able to sign for the shipping rights of their product.
Okay, and is that going to be something that he supplies for us as far as like the biometrics and the HoloNet recorder and all of that, since that's something that he's requiring?
It's a really low rarity item. You can just buy it for yourself. I don't know how he's going to get you one without it costing him a lot of money to send it from the inner colonies to where you are. So it's just something you can just spend 100 credits on to get off of Skip One.
Okay. I'll cover the mic again, and I'll talk to Sienna, and I'll be like, so Sienna, like, what do you think? Do you think that sounds plausible?
What's this guy's story? He double-crossed you, and now you're paying him off for his bounty that he put on you after he double-crossed you?
Well, yeah, but it's a little more complicated than that, because there was a ship of his, and the way that he double-crossed us was that he was pretty much basically going to try to have us take a fall for something. But so, like, the crew that I was with at the time, like, we weren't down for that. So we in turn decided to blow up said ship, and instead of trying to like take it and whatever. And we were not aware that there were actually civilians on that ship. And so we ended up killing civilians. And so, like, it's just been kind of weighing on my mind for a little bit. And I just feel that it's necessary. I mean, plus, I don't want to bring any extra heat onto any future groups or parties that I may run into and may have to, work with. So just the less heat that I have on me, it's better, I think, for everybody. So I'm just trying to get some of this taken care of. I mean, normally I probably really wouldn't try to deal with this guy, but he is sending people out, and there has already been an exchange between another group that I was part of and one of his goons that he sent out. So I just have a feeling that this is going to be like a continuing, ongoing thing. So, at this point, I just kind of rather take care of the little petty business that he wants me to do, get the duty paid for, and move on.
Then we'll clear the debt, and if he decides to make himself a problem at a later time, then we'll deal with that then.
Absolutely, yeah.
I have contacts in the area. I can probably bury him.
Perfect.
If it comes to it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't trust him at all. So, I mean, even doing this, I'm going to be on high alert for anything and everything. But like I said, I think Urdak and I just want to get this done and taken care of, so we're not drawing any attention to ourselves. So once all that is said and done, I'll get back on the mic again, and I'll be like, all right, like this sounds like a pretty straightforward thing that you want us to do. Doesn't sound, necessarily too awful shady. So I will guarantee that this will get done.
Perfect. I'll make sure the contract is arranged to be sent to y'all.
All right, perfect. And I'll just spit out my comm information or whatever it is that he needs.
He gives you a contract to meet on Skip 1 within an hour or two.
Okay, perfect. We'll go ahead and if the arrangement's already made, we'll go ahead and, I guess, meet up wherever it is that they need to meet up at. If not, I'll go ahead and contact whoever it is and make arrangements to meet up with them.
Okay, so another thing, Jehaat's not here right now. He had to work, but his character was actually looking for a specific type of artifact. And one of the corporations that he usually deals with getting old artifacts that may or may not have been used by ancient Jedi or dark Jedi, his contact didn't have the item he was looking for, but he did see something that looked very much like what he described on the planet. Belsavis. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but and he saw it with one of the main construction companies over there, and basically Ugnaught brothers that go by Master and Blaster, and together they're called Master Blaster. So he's actually wanting to go to this system anyway. So that would be why. If he joins next week, that'll be why his character has an interest in going.
Okay. I mean, I think that's doable. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
All right. And did Angiver want to...
Yeah, we would like to get a hold of Assaw and talk to him. I guess if they got to meet it back on Skip 1, you can do that.
So what you can do is an underworld check. Do a 3 purple. And you could probably we'll just say that this check basically is you talking to him and him giving you contacts and then them giving you contacts to kind of get you around the right people to contact, to get in contact with the person who killed your mentor, I guess, whenever you made some weapons that killed some of their men for the Black Sun.
Which droid has the underworld?
So just do a 3 purple underworld.
Okay. I'm having his droid do it, but I'm using Angiver since I don't feel like pulling his droid stats out.
Okay, roll it. All right. So you're definitely able to contact with someone who can get you in contact with Corain Panor Dinst, the Black Sun Vigo of which system did you have him in charge of? Some sector, right?
I guess it could be the same sector we're going to. Conveniently.
All right. Okay, cool. I guess you guys got Black Sun now in the area. All right. And Guyver.
Hey, Mr. Dinst, how you doing?
A lot better than what you'll be doing.
Congratulations! I've heard you made to Vigo. That's quite an accomplishment.
In fact, I've got a space on my wall for your head. I think it will go great with my collection.
We talked about this. That you give me some time to pay you back in some kind of form.
It's been over a year, and you conveniently have disappeared.
I thought I told you where I was at. I met Mr. with the Vigo Hassan. He said he was aware of everything.
I do not know this Assad, but...
Oh, I thought y'all knew each other because you were both Vigos.
My sector does not intersect in his affairs.
I'm sorry, I don't understand how the whole thing works. But yeah, so I was thinking, since I've been actually doing well in business, I could see about, making reparations payments in some form, either by paying you or building stuff for you, whichever works best for you. Since you kind of let me go last time with that, because you knew I could build some stuff.
Yeah, your stuff was faulty last time, but it's been a year. Maybe you got a little better. Tell you what, our Lord Prince Zizor has a pretty nice little Star Viper he's bragging about. Build me one of those, but make it a lot better than what the standard Star Viper is. It doesn't have to be a Star Viper, but make it look kind of like one. But I want the it's on the ship's page.
Okay.
Okay. It's a starfighter, but he wants it souped up. I want you to pimp my Star Viper chariot out. So you build me one of those and deliver it, then we'll see about not killing you and maybe taking that bounty off.
All right, I could do that.
Didn't we steal a Star Viper pretty recently?
I think someone did, but it's the standard. He wants a custom pimped out one that'll
we can tear it down and pimp it out.
Be the envy of his sector.
Couldn't we modify it and pimp it out that way?
He wants a crafted one. He wants to see how good your skills are.
Oh.
He wants one with a lot more armor than what they come with, a lot better shields than what they come with.
He just wants an all-improved version.
He wants one that will rival what you guys have.
Okay.
Yep, so you deliver me one of those, and I think we can work with that, depending on how good it is.
I will get to work on that then. Thank you for not killing me.
I haven't killed you yet, but don't disappoint me.
I will try not to do that again. Like I said, it was a lot of it was just doing what I was told to do. I've learned my lesson now to be my own boss.
No, I'm your boss. So do what I say, and then
yes, boss.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. Yeah. All right, and then he hangs up.
That's a lot to do.
And then, obligation is supposed to be kind of difficult. All right, and then Cena, what did you want to do? You wanted to hire.
I think Senna just wanted to improve her opinion the opinion.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to revamp my image, get rid of kind of my checkered past as a cutthroat trader who kind of left a bunch of people destroyed in her wake in the business world of the inner and mid rim.
Okay, do you got any skills that are useful at getting information?
I have Streetwise. Let me see. I think I can. Let me see if I have that one.
Do you have negotiation? Does
Like
negotiation-
education would be good, or yeah, Streetwise could be good. You want to use Streetwise to try and outer what do you call it? Outer Rim would be good. Any of those, Streetwise, Outer Rim, or Education.
We've got a 3 yellow and 2 green for Streetwise.
Well, this would be up to him. I think. Are you wanting to find out maybe some information about where you guys are going, and see if there's some type of story you can swing your way to give you some positive publicity?
Where are we going? Outer rim? Inner rim? Where?
It'll be in the Outer Rim.
Well, why can't Senna just use this? What we're doing here?
Well, that's what he's.
See,
That's what.
I was
That's what
I was
Cinna's
able-
gonna roll for.
All right. So I guess what's the difficulty?
Which skill are you using? Because if you do Outer Rim, it'll be easier than if you're doing Streetwise.
I do not have any skill in Outer Rim. I don't think.
All
Let me
right,
see.
we could do Streetwise. It'll be 3 purple. It'll just be hard for Streetwise and normal average difficulty for Outer Rim, and it would also be 3 purple for Education. Actually, no, I think it'd be a little easier on Education. So 2 purple for Education.
All right. So yeah. Hopefully, let's see how this goes. So I think I have. Let me see what my gear does. I know I have a coat that gives me bonuses on certain kinds of checks. Charm, deception, or negotiation. Nope, not Streetwise. All right, so I have a custom tool for Streetwise, so I get a bonus success and advantage. And I think that's all I have that affects.
So are you gonna basically go around and like, go to the bar, buy a few drinks, ask people what they know about this, maybe about this Belsavis system or planet, maybe about the Athorian wine company that's over there, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to spend some money on drinks, you can get some boost that way, depending on how much you want to spend and what areas.
She'll throw some money around. Probably buy like a bottle of. Well, I guess it depends on who she's talking to. She's gonna read the person she's talking to, kind of try and figure out what they would want, whether they're like a fancy, top shelf liquor type of person or like mass quantities of like cheaper booze type person.
Okay.
And then probably dump some credits into that.
All right, how many credits you want to invest?
I'd say probably 600 wouldn't mean much to her.
All right, I'll let you. I'll give you 3 boosts.
All right. Now I go to my character sheet. 3 boosts and 3 purple. You said.
Yes.
And let's see.
You can always use the light side and upgrade.
Oh, I think I have something where I can upgrade using a talent. These talents. All right. So I have congenial. No, upgrade or downgrade. No, that's charm and negotiation. Yeah, so I think probably what I have is what I got.
You guys got more light side than I have dark side, so feel free to use it.
Nah.
They're meant to go back and forth. It's supposed to be an ebb and flow, the light versus the dark. You need to bring balance to the force.
Oh yeah, I guess I might as well. I'll use one. So upgrade. just because this seems like the odds are pretty even here, and I want to stack them in my favor. Because, okay, there we go.
Okay, so you hear that since these Athorians came to the sector, that they've been picked on a lot. Everyone's trying to extort them. Everyone's trying to pull something over on them. And from pirates to criminal organizations, everyone's skimming off them and extorting them to where they're not really making much money and they might actually go out of business. So turning that around could give you some good publicity, especially if you get some reporter to cover it.
And these are the people that Hamar wants us to make a really crap deal with?
Hamar wants to take advantage of them as well.
All right, so it'll either be balancing, taking more advantage of them and getting rid of some of their other predators, or not taking advantage of them and finding another way to get rid of Hamar's issues.
Yeah, that's up to you guys. I'm trying to add a little conflict of interest among the group, but see how you guys can resolve it.
All right, yeah, so I'll go back after kind of having found that information. I'll be like, well, I did a little bit of research, and I tell them what I found out about the Athorians. And it seems like Hamar's just going to be piling on top of them with their current problems. It might be an even tougher sell than we thought. But I have, and this is just a suggestion I'm floating out there, I don't trust this Hamar guy at all. And it seems like he's in the habit of conducting shady business. Maybe we can find some stuff to use on him and neutralize him in that way.
I am down for whatever we can do to I just don't want to be hunted anymore. It's not fun. I'm the one that does the hunting, not the one that is hunted.
And if worse comes to worse, it wouldn't set me back too far to put a hefty bounty on his head and let him see how that feels.
I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I mean, I'm okay with that. I'll look at Urdak and see what Urdak has to say.
It makes me very unhappy the way it seems to conduct business.
Urdak, are we here?
Belsavis, is that the same? What's the rarity on that planet?
As long as we don't have these huge bounties, I'm fine.
All right. So, are you guys wanting to head over to Belvis now? Or, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Belsavis.
Yeah, I'm willing to head out that way. I think I've conducted what I need to conduct here.
Does anyone want to do an outer rim check to kind of, before you guys head off, to kind of get an idea of what the environment or planet's like?
I can do that. I want to know what the rarity is over there, too.
All right, so roll, do a 3 purple. It's not that well known.
I have droids with this roll.
All right, so Belvis is an ice planet. Average temperatures are -50 on the surface. There are a lot of volcanic craters, though, throughout the planet that inside the craters produce tropical temperatures, and the Thorians have taken advantage to kind of cultivate a lot of their fauna plants from their home world because of the luscious jungle area with the temperatures. So a lot of Athorians have relocated and have a few have a herd ship that went there about 17 years ago. So it's kind of it's not that big populated. It's in the Outer Rim. It does have some civilization. It's kind of a mix, but it's not quite a frontier world because the planets had populations in the past. Before the 17 years it's been around for a while. It's not that well known, and it's near trade routes. So it's going to be a +1 to rarity of objects. It's going to not really have lethal weapons, seeing how a lot of the population of a lot of the areas that have more of the technology are done by the Ithorians, and the Ithorians do not believe in killing life, so they have a lot of the non-lethal stuff available. So it'll be a little, you'll probably have to do black market to find
So it wouldn't be hard to find stun weapons.
Yeah, stun stuff would be definitely around there, but anything that's not stun only would be like a streetwise, even if your notoriety was not as high as where the group's obligation is.
Okay.
So, but that could also bring a market if there are other pirates and other criminal organizations that want to purchase weapons. So it could be a win depending on how you see it.
I have plenty of weapons I built.
So.
All right. I guess I'll pick up the materials here. So how far of a drive, how far is it away as far as trip-wise?
So what ship are you guys taking? Are you taking multiple ships? Or taking one ship? I need to know what ships you guys are taking, and then here's kind of your route. So let me share this with you. So if you click on the little magnifying glass to make it bigger, all the way in the far right in sector S18 is Smuggler's Run, and all the way to the left in sector L18 is our destination. So, saying you have if you travel on a ship that has a Class 1 hyperdrive, it will take you about 70 hours. If you don't have a Class 1 hyperdrive, it could take you, if you have like a Class 7 hyperdrive, it could take you as much as 168, or if you get some threat in your astrogation roll, it could be, so it's anywhere between 70 to 168 depending on how good your roll is on astrogation.
Do we want to take the Gazanti, or do y'all want to take something smaller?
I'll probably bring mine just because I have. I guess I could transfer what I need over to the Gazanti if it's easier to take one ship.
Oh, also, since you got a lot of advantage on your Outer Rim check, you do know that there is a small Imperial presence.
So yeah, it's best to take the Gazanti, and I'll just have my ship docked with it, so I can work on my ship at the same time. It's flying.
So, are you taking two ships then?
I'm gonna take the. Well, I said we take the Gazanti. I'll dock my ship with it. That way, I can work on stuff with it at the same time.
Is Cena taking her ship then, or?
Yeah, I guess I can transfer since the Gazanti does have a hypernet relay, or what is it?
Yeah, it has an Imperial one, so it's not a hacker one. It's using the HoloNet for what it's supposed to be used for military and Imperial business.
Yeah, I guess I'll. Oh man, I don't like to leave my ship behind. She'll take her ship. It's pretty. It can hide if it needs to.
Okay. So then everyone who's flying or piloting or whatever, so do an astrogation check per ship. It's just going to be simple because you guys aren't in a. Not simple. It's going to be easy. It's going to be a 1 purple since you guys are not being chased and you don't really have a time frame. And the Gazanti has a Class 1. I'm not sure what Cena's ship has, but so.
I have a Class 1 as well.
Okay, so you guys would have the potential to get there at the same time, depending on how good your rolls are.
And I'm going to use my Star Mapper handheld astrogation computer And my pilot's gonna do the check with the with his astrogation. Ooh, I made it, but I got some threat. Oh, I put way too much purple in there. I'm just gonna re-roll the purple because I rolled 3 instead of 1. So nothing. All right. So I got 4 successes and 1 advantage. And let me check my pilot stats. He might have that thing that makes astrogation faster. Astrogate. Oh, that's just the checks. Astrogation checks take half the time. That's not for. Is that for the actual travel or for just the check?
The check. So like if you're like rushing to do the check because you're in the middle of a battle, you're trying to get out. That's what it's going to help out with. So like you don't take any setbacks. It helps remove the setback from it. And you can do a little bit faster.
All right, I'm back. So, Cena, your ship. Oh wait, you had a bunch. Okay, so you had.
That roll was wrong because I rolled way too much purple, so I just re-rolled the purple.
Okay.
So I have 4 successes, 1 advantage.
So, you can use 3 advantages to get there 25% faster if you want.
Oh, and also, Jeff, I didn't say this earlier, but I would be bringing both of my droids with me as well.
Okay. You'll just, if we're doing any combat or anything or taking the, you'll just have one primary NPC. So, just have that note. That way we're not having 15 PCs go in combat. Take forever.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So, if you want, you can knock off 17 hours if you want to spend 3 advantage and get there in 53 minutes versus 70. And who's going to do the astrogation for the Gazanti?
I did.
So SBD, was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So SPD, my bad. You're the one that can get there in 50. So how many? Okay, so you had 2 advantages, Cena, and 4 successes. So you don't have quite enough. So if you want, you can get there early, or you can get there at 70 and just use the advantage for something else.
Yeah, I'll just get there at 70, I guess, because I don't think I have enough to do 25% earlier.
Yeah, I was asking, Angiver, if he wanted to get there early or not.
It doesn't matter to me because we still got to wait for Sen to get there anyways. So we can go. I can go faster. That way, it doesn't look like we're traveling together. I guess.
Okay.
We're flying in an Imperial ship.
All right. So you guys are flying hyperspace, and you guys are going to get out near the planet. All right.
I guess while we're flying, I could try to make that roll to build the frame. I'll do it offline.
All right. So you guys drop out of hyperspace, and as you do, oops. Make your ship smaller. You bring your spicy lady? I thought you were riding on the Gazanti.
I was having it docked.
Okay, so it would be docked to it, so you don't need to actually have it on the map.
When we get to surface, it's gonna undock and then go to the surface.
All right, that's fine. So on your long range sensors, you are detecting another ship similar in size, and they hail you. Gazanti, identify yourself.
Is the Jack guy, whatever, who was like the charger thing on the ship?
He is on the ship, but he's a droid. He needs you guys to tell him what to say.
Will tell him to identify himself, please.
Yes, I need to look up his name real quick. All right, so he'll just identify himself, but I'll need you guys to kind of tell him what you want him to respond. This is
Okay, so I'll say, can you identify with the Dauntless here on a routine mission?
all right. His character sheet should be shareable to everyone, so you can pull up the stats and make rolls if you need to. Officer Steve Guilford gets on the comms and says, "This is Officer Steve Guilford of the ISB Dauntless." And the Imperials come back, say, "This is Officer Slack of the Belfast, and we would like to know what your business is in this sector. We see that you have a non-Imperial ship docked with yours. Do you need assistance? Do you require assistance?"
Tell him it was an escort mission. It was just a quick, simple escort, and it was to drop him off and to wait further. It's just it's a merchant vessel here to make things, and we were attacked with watching over him. Some rich merchant guy must have just told us to do it,
All right, so you can make a deception roll with Steve Guilford's stats. So let me double check. I think you have.
I'm trying to find his thing. What's it located under?
Here. Do you got it now?
Yeah, I got it now.
All right, so it'll be 3 purple, but I will go ahead and give you guys a light side point. There you go. So now it's upgraded once. So 1 red, 2 purple.
So 1 red, 2 purple, right?
That is correct.
All right, I'm used to speak binary and assist, and then by telling them what to do, and so it's. Oh, you already did the upgrade. Okay, cool. And then I guess y'all want to spin a light side.
You can spin one if you want or not. You guys got a lot of points. It's not like you're down to 1. Yes. All right. So
Does he have a talent that helps him remove despairs?
So
I do, but I'm not on the ship.
So it seems like they are buying your story.
Do I have to be there to?
You
so
do.
I have a talent that says once per round as an incidental, spend 1 destiny point to ignore threat or despair generated on a social check. Oh, short range. Yep.
Yeah, you might also want to wait to where, because your ship's going to drop out. How many? 17 hours after theirs.
Yeah.
All right. So he's like, oh, okay. All right. So which I don't have you guys on our records. I know you guys are ISB, so that might be you might be on some covert mission or something. But we're going to be keeping a close watch on this area. This is Governor G.L. Walker's sector, and so we're just trying to keep an eye out for pirates. And while you're down there, we have a company that the Master Blaster Construction Corporation. So if they ask you for anything, they are very, very good, upstanding, tax-paying citizens. So give them the preferential treatment, and don't do anything to jeopardize this operation, and we'll pretty much stay out of your hair.
Sounds good. And we're just gonna send. So then just tell them, that we're just gonna stay in orbit, and we can assist with your patrol if you need. while we let this merchant off to do his business.
Okay. And they in the comm. So what do you want to do?
So then Angyra is going to gather everyone who's on the ship that's going to the planet, and which I guess is Erdak and Kikim, unless they went with Senna.
And you know, Cinna is on his own ship, 17 hours from what you gather from his calculations. He's about 17 hours behind you.
Okay, with the advantage and the 3 advantage, then I guess pass that to her if she's got to talk to him about it.
So what are you gonna do to get that to him? You got a holonet relay, so you can communicate with
I'll
his ship
inform
while in
them that there
hyperspace.
is a ship here, that they're patrolling the area. That Governor G.L. Walker is the one who told them there. So if you want to use that,
Okay. So just do it in character. Go ahead and buzz his ship.
Senna,
Yes.
another Gazanti ship here. Apparently they're here patrolling the area, make sure everything goes smoothly. He did mention a Governor G.L. Walker. If you want to pass that name along when you talk to him, seems to be fine with what we told him. We told him that my ship's here for merchant business, and so I'm going to take the Spicy Lady down to the planet and leave the Dauntless here in orbit as on patrol.
Sounds good.
So if you have any trouble, you might want to maybe drop the G.L. Walker's name.
GL Walker.
All right, and then does everyone get on your ship and you're leaving? There's just going to be the droids and only NPCs will be on the Dauntless.
Yeah, when it's on there, stay there. Yeah.
All right.
We can take the Imperial shuttle down if we need to.
It's up to you. I just need to know what ships you guys are taking. So
What do you want to take? Do you want to take the Spice Lady? You want to take the Imperial vessel, the Imperial shuttle down, so it looks more official.
You already told them that you were escorting it there, though.
Since it is an escort. Okay, Cam, DJ.
Yes.
What do y'all want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with taking your ship to make it look all official like.
Let's say you want to take my ship. You want to take the shuttle that I built on my ship. It's an Imperial. It's like a IHA shuttle.
So you're gonna leave a civilian vehicle docked with an Imperial one that you said you were gonna escort to the planet, and now you're at the planet.
Yeah, I guess we'll just take this Spicy Lady then.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, we'll exit and take the Spicy Lady.
Okay, so you do that. What do you want to do on the planet while you get there? So there's several of these craters. So I guess you're trying to find the one that you need to go to, the one that
I'll
might
look
have
for a good place to land that's be safe to land, possibly close to a populated area, and like I said, set up shop. And really much go with what I was saying. I'm a traveling merchant.
Okay, there are a couple landing pads inside of a couple of the craters. Is there anything particular you're looking for in any of the craters?
Probably one that's easy to get in and out of, I guess. That doesn't have a lot of Imperials checking in on it and stuff like that. Because he's got some restricted gear that he's trying to sell.
It looks like that ship's the only Imperial presence that you detect on the centers. Does anyone else want to offer any suggestions on what to look for?
Any thoughts? Anyone of y'all been here before? Know a good place to park?
Have we been here before?
No, but you guys are coming for some pretty specific reasons. So there's several craters. So you guys are trying to pick one that would probably put you closest to your objectives.
Can't Angyra use the ship's computers to look for the best one?
Well, he's saying there's 3 different craters. Like, so which one y'all want to go to? And since we're coming here for
There's more than 3, but yeah, there's several craters. But you guys are looking to go to specific one where a specific company is, and where 2 different specific, well, just one specific company. I guess you guys are looking for one that would probably have for the Thorian company.
yeah, if that's what they want to do, that's where we need to go. We can do that. I'll just let them decide. Since we're a lot of here for them to help them get rid of the obligation.
Why don't we use the ship's computers to look up which crater is the one we need to go to?
Okay. What are you inputting into the computer?
I'm not going to be putting it. My character's not that good at computer stuff.
What's the name of those people you're all trying to go see? What's it say on that contract there? What's it say?
My character knows it, but I forgot.
I guess we'll I guess try to see if we can get a read on where they're located on this planet. Maybe listen to comms coming through, or just any kind of like broadcast or anything like that.
Go to space Google. Just go to space Google and be like,
so, yeah, you're looking for a crater that might have the Flynn corporations. They specialize in winery, so you might be looking for something that stands out from one crater from the others.
Yeah, I can try to look and see if I can determine which crater looks the most winery-esque.
There we go. Yeah, so you can do that. You can do a 1 purple perception check if you want. You're looking for a crater that looks like it might have a vineyard or a large vineyard. All right. You spot one. All right. So.
I will point that particular crater out then, and I'll be like, I think that might be our spot right there.
All right. So let's go. So you guys can land the. There's a landing pad over here. You can land the ship. As you guys are getting closer, it's like all ice around the planet in this volcanic crater. You can see what looks like they're doing some kind of construction. There's an ACT walker with what looks like it has a crane on it, and some other mechanized vehicles. It looks like they're putting some electronics into the cliffs as you guys are coming and making your way to land. As you guys are coming down, your comms go off, and you hear, "This is Master Blaster. What are you doing in our sector? Are you trying to land in my Dometown?" Is anyone responding?
Yes, this is Engiver. I was told that I could land here to get to sell my wares. Is there a good place around here I can land, or would I give them some bad information?
There's only one person that can give you permission to land in Dometown, and that would be Master Blaster, and that is I. And as I have not given you permission, whoever told you you could land was lying.
1 sec.
Why didn't we just wait for Senna? Since Senna knows how to talk to people.
Hey, this is good, though. Maybe someone might be able to, hey, Senna, you might watch out. You might need permission from someone. Oh, yeah, and there's an Imperial presence. And, so you got about 17 hours to, help out Senna when Senna comes to make Senna's life easier.
Yeah, I can relay that information to Senna to let her know
Do it in game.
about what.
Senna is a diplomatic person. Maybe Senna can give you guys some advice. So go ahead and roleplay it in game.
Senna, come in, Senna.
Yes. How are things going down there?
Not so good at the moment. We are attempting to dock, and there are some very pertinent bits of information I think that you should know. First off, there does seem to be an Imperial presence here. Second off, apparently you need permission to dock here, and we didn't have that proper clearance before attempting to dock, so we're in a little bit of a sticky wicket, if you will.
Do you need official permission from the Imperials?
We need permission from Master Blaster.
Master Blaster? That doesn't sound like an Imperial officer.
They aren't.
We heard it was 2 people, right?
He said, Master Blaster.
No. So I guess it was just 1. Okay. No, I thought, didn't the Pop say don't mess with Master and Blaster?
He said, don't mess with Master Blaster Corporation.
Oh, Nightsong Corporation. Okay, so yeah. That can I try to? I guess that's what I was saying. Totally, I had to go bathroom, so I missed what happened. So I had.
Yeah, he said that whoever told you could land lied because there's only one Master Blaster, and that is I of Dometown.
Would it be all right if I could land here? I do have some stuff to sell. Maybe we can make an agreement.
Possibly. What would you give me? I require some tribute.
I'll let you get first look at my wares. Would that be fine? Or maybe you could do some assistance with any kind of repairs or something.
We are Ugnaughts. We do not need help with repairing stuff. But maybe if you have something of value, you can offer us tribute, and we will give you permission to land your vehicle at our fine establishment.
Yeah, sure. I could come look and see what I have, and see if I can anything that might interest you.
Okay, then I, Master Blaster, giveth you permission to land your vehicle and show me your wares at which I can get a free sample.
Okay.
All right.
This dude's over the top, not gonna lie.
I'm ripping off an 80s cult classic. All right, so as you land your vehicle, you see some walkers. You see an ATRT, and then you see this weird custom-looking one that looks like it has 2 Ugnaughts on board with 2 huge weapons for arms approaching your vehicle. Let me get the sound effects. So. Hello! It is Master Blaster! What have you come to offer us?
Well, what are you looking for? Maybe we can see what you so I can see what I can help you with.
Just tell him what do you got?
He's got weapons. He's got armor. Just all kinds of random stuff he's built.
Well, just offer him something and tell him what it is. Oh, you notice that one of them is wearing this horn mask. The Ugnaught on the bottom part of the makeshift walker.
Heavy energy rifles.
I like energy rifles. Yes, yes, we approve. Give us one of those and welcome.
He gives them one that he built.
This is some fine craftsman. Good. I approve. Welcome. Welcome to Dome City. We've got a tavern, a bar. We've got a lot of Thorians. They're not too big on these type of weapons, though. But they do make excellent wine. And don't mind the construction. We're over here building a dome for them. We don't want a blizzard to ruin their crop. They got sick and tired of that happening a few times.
Sounds pretty intense. This building operation sounds pretty nice. I'm curious to hear how it works and all that.
It's a trade secret, and we do not divulge that. But you're welcome in Dometown.
Thank you.
So you guys can make yourselves at home. You just let me know what you want to do for 17 hours, and we'll skip to jump to Cinna as she makes her way towards the planet.
I'll go back to spending that time crafting the ship I need to build for the guys. So I'm gonna add those hours to it.
Okay. So this is a full docking station, so you have like maybe a crane or whatnot available at your disposal. Stuff that allows you to make a vehicle without having the penalties. So you got the right type of facility here to do that. All right, so let's go to Cinna, and you can move your ship onto the map.
What was the time it took to get here?
It took you guys 50. I need to go back to my notes. All right, you made it there in 53 hours. And then it's 17 hours for Cinna to get there. Or 17 more hours for Cinna to get there. Cinna will get there in 70 hours total. All right, so Cinna, do you have a ship or whatnot, or we just imagine you have a ship?
Yeah, I'd probably have to imagine. I haven't put a ship in yet for the Princeps.
Okay. You drop out of hyperspace, and you see the Dauntless and a different Imperial vehicle, similar in size from a distance. From what you can tell, it looks pretty big.
Oh, one thing I wanted to do in that 17 hours, if possible, is see if there's anywhere I could hide or stow my illegal augmentative armor.
Do you have... You can always roll a stealth check on your ship.
All right.
To hide it.
Now, I don't know if this applies, but so let's see. I have a special feature of my ship.
Hidden compartments?
No, it has a spy droid brain, and it gives me 3 ranks of stealth.
Wow.
I think that's for hiding.
I think that's just for using the ship, though, right?
Yeah, that would be for using the ship.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you can also use subterfuge to make it look like it's part of some junk in a corner. That would be subterfuge if you want to make it blend in with its surroundings, or stealth if you want to just try and hide it behind a panel or something. If you had the talent that gave you hidden storage, that allows you to actually hide it in one ship encumbrance or one personal scale encumbrance per rank.
So I guess I will try and hide it using... So would it be skullduggery or would it be stealth? What would it be?
It's stealth if you're trying to hide it behind something. It's skullduggery if you're trying to hide it in plain sight. Like, if there's a bunch of junk and miscellaneous parts, just kind of mix it in with there so it looks like it's just, miscellaneous parts. Nothing to see here. It's
okay, so it's the exact... Either way, it's the exact same roll. So I'm going to roll one of those. We'll say stealth. I'm trying to find, not necessarily a smuggler's compartment. It's not going to be easily accessed, but maybe somewhere I can kind of shove it behind so it would escape casual. I'm not planning on being boarded, but I want to cover my bases.
Okay.
Kind of just shove it behind some stuff.
All right. So what's your difficulty? What's your stealth then?
My stealth is 3 green.
Okay, so it'll be 3 purple if anyone boards your ship and looks for it. Okay.
And is there anything? Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's things I can do to. Can I have like someone in my crew help me to give me like a boost so they get a setback?
Yeah, you can do that. You can get assistance.
All right, and let me just make sure that none of my companions have better stealth than me.
And just make a note, if just in case off chance, if I'm like, hey,
Actually,
what's your
yeah,
stealth?
we'll use my bodyguard stealth, which is just 5 green,
Okay.
because he's a little bit better. He's a little bit more dexterous than me.
All right.
So yeah, I'll let him hide it. And then I'll go in and deal with or face the Imperial blockade or whatever.
The 2 Imperial ships now. One's the one that's ours. It's not really one. Well, I mean, it really is one, but...
Any station this channel, this is Trader Senna Odari, trade license A05171. I have business with the Rathlin Corporation wine company.
Okay. This is Officer Slake of the Belfast. Do you have any paperwork that you could send to us to verify that you indeed have business with them?
I don't have paperwork, do I?
Not unless you made some, or you want to do a
No,
check in
I
space.
would say that
You had
my
17
business
hours.
is more my business is more speculative in nature. I'm hoping to secure a contract with them.
All right, we will
If you
give
look at the
you.
name for Duffy, you can drop his name.
We will give you a 72-hour pass, but you will need to leave the planet unless you got an official documentation showing that you do have business with them.
I heard there was some sort of business going on the surface with a master blaster. Is that something I should be worried about?
Master Blaster is not your concern. If you do need to get into a sector, though, I guess what he calls Dome City, I do recommend you have something of value to offer him. But any actions you take against Master Blaster will be as if you took actions against the Empire, or more specifically, Governor G.L. Walker's sector. He is under his protection.
Noted. Thank you very much.
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire.
You are free to continue.
All right, so yeah, I'll head to the surface. Kind of trying to home in on where the spicy lady was. It the lady that landed.
You can see it, and you are being hailed. It's like, a second unidentified vehicle. I take it you wish to land at my glorious facility here in Dometown.
Yes. You must be Master Blaster. I've heard of you. Your name has traveled far and wide.
Well, I expect that. Fine craftsmanship like our own is difficult to come by. I expect that you've heard of me, that you also have a wondrous tribute to show your appreciation.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, land and present it.
All right. So yeah, I land and I have Raptor kind of wheel out on I guess like a hand truck type thing, a brand new suit of Cavdan powered armor.
Ooh. You guys have done your homework. This is definitely not something that's easy to come by on this planet. I approve. Welcome. And then he lets you know that they have there's a local bar, there's some Thorians, there's a winery, there's some place to take up lodging if you like. They have like tours of the jungle planet, all that stuff. And he warned you, because you gave him something really, really cool. He warned you about specific poisonous plants to avoid. They look harmless, but if you touch them, it itches like crazy.
Well, thank you very much. That sounds very unpleasant.
Yes, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
And you as well.
Hey, look, a new face, perhaps. Maybe they can come do business. Hey, young lady, how about you come over here and come do some business with us?
Oh, greetings. You must be the other group of unannounced visitors that Master Blaster was talking about.
Yes, come on inside so we could discuss business.
Yeah, I'll head over. Is it the bar that you guys are hanging out at? I'll come sit at the table.
Guess that's where we're in, or inside my ship, whichever.
Well, my stay is limited to 72 hours unless I can secure a contract. So we'll have to move quickly, I suppose.
Yeah, I see. Find out where the other two went to. I'm still on the ship. I was waiting for you to arrive.
Have you stayed on the ship the whole time, or did you venture out during that? Did anyone venture out of the ship for 17 hours?
I was crafting. I'm probably resting because I can't craft for 17 hours straight.
What was Udark and Kitcam and Pata doing, or Senna doing?
Senna was flying here, so
yeah, I was still on my way.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I guess Kitcam and Udark, what were you guys doing for 17 hours?
He wouldn't be doing much.
Would he stay on the ship, or would he have at least looked around this area?
Look around at the very least.
Okay. What about you, Kitcam?
Ooh, I don't know. He would be really torn between going with Urdak and then going and perhaps maybe. Actually, you know what? No, he's gonna go with Urdak, and he's specifically going to have the sentry droid come with him.
Okay.
Just to kind of gain what sort of, or gauge, not gain, but gauge what sort of response he gets with having the quote-unquote Imperial presence here.
Okay. All right. As you guys are walking, did your two characters, these two characters, they engage in the one-off adventure I did, the convoy heist?
Which one was that? Like,
That's where you guys worked for the Veiled Sorority.
Oh, what?
The Veiled Sorority, the Pirate Queen. And you guys got some ships. Space battle. You boarded a ship.
I don't think
No.
Eli was here for that one. But
Yeah, I don't.
Only Diver was there for that.
I think Urdak was there. Didn't you slice someone in half with one swing?
yeah.
Okay, so you recognize some people that look very familiar as you're walking around. And my dog is like digging at the ground. Okay, he stopped.
The Pirate Queen, is that where we got the spicy lady from, or is this from a different one?
No, this is from the one-off I did, where you guys had a space battle, and then you guys boarded the ship with one of the. It was a hit job against. I forget his name now. But basically, Veltzeride, you guys were able to secure some ships. You did some cargo. It was against. I
was on vacation. I must have missed it. Or I had some work to do around the house, one of the two.
Okay, so it was Arrow. Arrow was on there, so it wasn't you. It was Urdak's on there. Okay. All right, so yeah, it basically the Veld sorority hired you to hijack a ship from Zan Consortium. All right. So over here, if you guys are walking around, you notice someone that looks familiar, Udark. And
Okay.
so if you go over there, he looks at you, and he does a double take, and then he points at you, like he knows you. And what do you do? And then he points at your sword and does like a swinging motion. And then he does a nod like yeah. And he's like come. He's waving. He's flagging you to come over with him.
Sure, he'll go over there.
All right, so he's over here. Just move your token over here.
I'm put my token down then.
Hey, it's Urdak. Urdak? One of the two. Yeah, how's it going? I remember you. You sliced that Zan Consortium officer in one fell swoop. You cut him from head to toe. That was awesome.
That is correct. I did do that.
Yeah, you remember me? A Zartak.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, hey, come on over. We actually, we're actually starting to establish a foothold over here, and we could definitely use someone with your talents.
What do you need help with?
Is Eli coming down too? You said you were with Urdak.
Oh yeah, is Kekam coming with?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Kekem will be following.
All right, so you can come down with them. It's like, nice Imperial Century droid, huh? You get that from a mission?
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah,
It was my reward.
Yeah, you definitely don't strike me as Imperial, especially we're running around with this big sworded wielding mojo. Hey, what did I say this guy's name was? I forgot what he said. I just made up a name, but I didn't get a chance right now.
Let's call him Steve.
No.
Steve.
I'll just call him Voltrax. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, come on down. So, they're gonna go to the bar area.
Okay.
So they'll be right here. And as you're there, a woman that looks kind of familiar, but not, the clothes are a little bit different, but she's wearing a mask, kind of like the other one that claimed to be a pirate queen. So her and another one approach. And he's like, hey, I'd like you to, Auntie, this is Urdak. Urdak did a mission with us for your other sister. Man, we sure showed that Zan Consortium. We ripped them off the ships that the Black Sun sold to them.
Yes, that is correct.
So, this is what she looks like, and she's got this metal mask on, and she's like, "Oh, you sound like a good asset to the Veld sorority. Hey, so have you told him kind of what we're wanting to do around here?" I was getting to that. I haven't got there yet. Oh, well, by all means. Yes. Yeah, so, what we're saying is, we've been on this planet going to the different little city craters, and we got this little thing running where we get protection money. To protect them from the other pirates and, them evil Zan Consortium. So they pay us, and we get to protect them. We are having a little dilemma, though, because, apparently this Master Blaster Corporation has a ton of money, but they refuse to hire any of us because he prefers to have all of his droids do everything on the construction, and he refused to pay any protection money. And apparently the Imperials have been granting him a lot of favors. So that tells me two things. One thing is he's got a lot of cash, and two, he's paying the Imperials a crap ton of cash. So I'm thinking he could be paying the Veiled Sorority some protection money. But, as long as the Empire is kind of protecting him, there's not a whole lot we can do to scare him. So, you and your big sword and maybe your friend there with the sentry droid might be able to do something to try and scare him off, or trying to shake him down to get some protection money. Then we can kind of swoop in and look like we saved his butt from being cut in half or something.
Out of character question. Is Master Blaster the dude who has all the wine that we're trying to make the deal with?
So from what you understand, Master Blaster is the guy that gave you permission to land for tribute, and he's the one that the Imperials in space said not to harm, that he's under their protection. Which is unusual because they're Ugnaughts, and the Empire usually hates Ugnaughts. So you know how they don't like... They use Ugnaughts as slaves usually, but for them to actually offer protection, this guy's got to be raking in a lot of dough. And since he probably has an entire robot crew, that means he doesn't have to split the money with anyone for the contract that he's doing to build the dome. Are you going to ask them about a wine company?
Yeah, he will ask them. So, I hear about this very expensive wine company that's been making a bit of a bustling.
Oh, the Bathfriend Corporation? Oh, they pay their dues. We got protection money from them already. Apparently though, they paid the Master Blaster Construction Company to build this dome for them. I guess something about severe storms in the past have destroyed some of their vineyard crops, so they're trying to prevent that from happening in the future.
Okay.
But I think this Master Blaster could be shaken down. We just got to get creative to not have the Imperials kind of show up in force. You got any ideas? Are you able to move your tokens, KitCam?
No, I wasn't. I can move kick him just fine, but I still wasn't able to move the sentry droid, so I went into GM mode to try to fix that.
Yeah, you just gotta change it to all characters to move it, so you can move it.
Well, I put edited and controlled by Eli KitCam, so okay, I'll set it to all and see if that helps. All right, does that work now?
Give me 1 second to try to log back into.
I'll be able to move it.
Okay, well then if Angiver can move it, then probably yes. But
If Vancouver can do it, everyone can do it.
So they're down here.
Gotcha, cool. I'll be there in a sec.
All right, so basically you guys probably spend a few hours getting drinks and maybe coming up with some spitball ideas about how to shake down this Master Blaster without getting on the Empire's radar. And then we'll move to where we are now. Senna lands the ship, and Santa is now on the planet.
So as soon as aboard the ship, my ship, I'll let them know that Senna's just arrived, and then we can plan where to meet. I'll notify them on the comms. So if they're still out having a good time or whatnot.
I think I see his microphone highlighting, but I don't hear him.
He's like when he has it on mute.
Yeah, I'm here. I just I wasn't even on mute. I think my thing was just brushing up against my mic.
So everyone should be on the planet now.
All right. What are so are the Cam and Erdak, are you guys still off doing stuff with the Pirate Queen lady?
Yeah.
They're probably drinking with Ultrax.
Yeah, I told them you were here because so they can come meet us because they'll tell us where they're at.
Now you guys stay in the bar area. These people ran off, but this Ultrax is drinking a lot.
Erdak, Cam, send us here. Where y'all at? Do you want us to come meet you, or do you want to come back here?
I'm not really sure. I know we're like right near the bar area. Let me ask Erdak what he wants, or he can respond. So I'll look at Erdak and I'll kind of be like, okay, like what should we do?
By the way, I don't like vegan burgers, but they're really delicious here.
Good to know. Thanks. Suppose we can try one?
Be careful though. I think they're made out of some really powerful shrooms.
Okay, in that case, we won't be trying any.
It's just a resilience check, probably.
Yeah. Minor resilience.
Erdak will take like a handful of them.
It'll put you in a good mood. I mean, it's not a lot, but they like sprinkle a little shroom. You can ask for it with no shroom powder.
Ardak would say that we can meet at the ship.
Oh. Come back to us, Erdak, when maybe if you have some ideas. But we put you in for a cut, and you'd be helping out your sorority, your veiled sisters again.
Of course.
Okay. So you guys are kind of free to do what you want. Let me know what you want to do. There's a whole planet, and you guys are just in one crater of an entire planet that I don't think anyone's done any research on.
Not local.
I do know a little bit about the Athorian, though, right?
Yeah. So I think everyone pretty much knows there's an Athorian company here. I think you guys saw a couple reeks on the way in.
Kit Cam will start talking to the people who we're walking with and start asking questions about the vineyard and stuff like that, just to seem really interested in the vineyard and the process of everything. However, he's just really doing it to kind of gauge, I guess would be like the honesty level of these two.
Oh, it's just the one. The other ones walked away a while ago.
Okay, then just that one then.
I don't really understand the whole process, but I just understand the credits we get. But if you speak Athorian, I'm sure they'll talk your head off. They make a bunch of moaning, groaning noises if you speak the language. But it sounds like they talk a lot. I just can't tell what they're saying.
Okay.
They do understand a big old blaster in their head. They gave credits right away though, so that's one good thing. If you need some credits, just put one of your blasters up to their head, and they'll like hand you stuff for free. It's awesome. It's like getting a payday.
And Gavru speaks in Thorian.
Okay. In that case, I will come over my mic or my comm, and I'll be like, "Hey, like I'm talking to this guy, and so like apparently these guys speak some language, and I don't know. He doesn't speak it, so he doesn't know what they're saying. But I'm thinking maybe if we can get close enough to him and try to listen into some conversations or something, if we have somebody that can speak this language, then maybe we can kind of get a little bit more insight into like exactly what they're doing out here. So I'll let you know that the language is Athorian.
You do what? I'm sorry.
I'm letting you know what language it is. So since you speak that language, I was saying that maybe we can try to get close to these guys without being obvious and listen in on some of their conversations and just kind of get a general feel for this group, like what they're doing out here exactly, if like winemaking really is all that they're doing, or if there's like a kind of underside to what they're doing.
So listening, but not really listening, or look like I'm not listening.
Yeah, exactly. And I can be of some assistance if we need be.
Did you all want to meet somewhere, or what's up? Because Senna's here with me at the ship.
I think Urdak and I might come back to the ship. So that way we can discuss things. Of what all needs to be done here while we're on planet. Just to make sure that we accomplish everything that we need to accomplish. And then we can kind of head out, I think, and venture around and see what this planet has to offer.
Sounds good. I'll get rid of these last few customers, and then we can all talk.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. See you guys in a little bit. Off the comms, I'll turn around to Urdak and I'll be like, I think we should maybe head back to the ship for a quick minute, just to kind of check in and make sure that everything's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming. I do need to close here soon. We'll be open to later on this evening or maybe tomorrow. Just keep your eyes peeled for when we come back. They should have a sign. Thank you for your business and hope you have a great day.
Sure. And you said what time does this place close?
What's that?
What time does this place close?
Oh, no, Gavin was telling that to all the people that were shopping.
Oh, okay.
A couple of the droids look at you.
Roger, roger.
And then they move along.
All right.
So all back here. I don't see something on here. I didn't even see y'all leave. When did y'all leave?
Where's the ship? Could you guys like ping me to where the ship is? Thank you.
Well, we went off with these folks, and we're talking to them to kind of just. We ran into them really, but we were just trying to, like gain a little bit of insight and just kind of see what was around. So we kind of got a lay of the land and figured out kind of like where things are, where places are, and all that. So we have that now that will be useful to us. One of the things though that I did want to mention was he was talking about the guys that are over, this whole whatever, and he was saying that they speak this language, Athorian, and so I know you said that you could speak it, so I was thinking that maybe we could try to figure out where they're at, and kind of wait until they get into a public type place, like say the bar that we were near, and try to actively not look like we're listening, but listening to what they're saying. So then that way, maybe, because I don't know. I mean, it might just be me. I have no idea my experiences, but I really find it hard to trust anybody anymore. So I just want to make sure, at least, that these people are on the up and up. I mean, we already know that Erdak and I's contact is not really on the up and up. We know that we really can't trust him. So I'm just trying to figure out what our best move is going to be. Because I mean, if these people are like really good, upstanding people, and like this is like a legitimate business and not a cover for something else or whatever, I really don't want to try to screw them over just to make things better for myself. And I mean, and I'm only speaking for myself. I can't speak for Erdak, but that's just me. I mean, I would rather have heat on me than bring down a completely legitimate business.
Makes sense. But maybe we can find a way to get this resolved where it doesn't hurt them as much. Like maybe we could chase off all the other competitors so that they kind of get stuck with having to do with him.
Yeah, I mean, we can absolutely do that. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Or whatever. Figure out what this dome that's being built. I doubt it's being built for free by the Empire, so there might be some kind of thing behind it. Maybe we can get the Empire to reduce what they charge, or maybe have someone else come in for a better rate.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just there's certain things that don't seem to be adding up fully, and so like I want to just try to play detective a little bit, I guess, and figure out exactly what's going on here. We're in the midst of trying to make these wheels and deals going.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of building something for this guy. That's why I've been kind of a little preoccupied. But if you need me, just let me know. Next time I would have came out with y'all, but y'all took off without me saying anything.
And there might be a way to, it's worth a try at least, to try and negotiate such a beneficial trade agreement for selling of the wine that there's enough wiggle room to make sure that Hamar and the Ithorians get their cut.
Have you looked at the contract? Do you see any kind of way around it?
I just think if I could negotiate a high enough selling price, then we might be able to make everyone happy.
Well, I mean, I'm all for you spending a lot of time if you need it to kind of look over this contract, and we can go out and scout out those guys, and kind of maybe get a feel for them, like what kind of business people they are, that sort of thing. So then that way, maybe when you have to go in and talk to them, like, you'll have a little bit better of an understanding kind of about what makes them tick and what drives their business decisions. And then maybe that way you can use that to your advantage to, gain some useful, insightful things, just to aid in your negotiations.
Yes, that could be good. I would like to hear what the Ithorian side of this whole deal is. That would shed a lot of light. I suspect I have my suspicions, but I'd like to hear what they have to say.
Okay. Well, maybe Angiver and I could go out when and Erdak can come too, or well, anybody could come that really wants to. But maybe we can go out one evening and make an attempt to track them down. I mean, I'm pretty good at tracking people that need to be found. Sort of my forte. So maybe I can track down their location, and we can kind of, like I was saying earlier, actively try not to look like we're listening, but listening, to figure out what is being said. And that way we can come back here and relay that to you, and that might, release some useful information for you to use in your negotiations.
Yes, that would be very helpful, I think.
Okay, perfect. Well, then I guess if everybody else is in agreement, then that's what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Angiver? Are you up for a little recon mission? Recon gathering intel mission?
Are you there, Demarion?
So Kate came in here talking to me. What'd you say?
Will you be up for a little recon intel gathering mission here in a little while, once it gets dark?
Yeah, we could do that. What do y'all want to find out?
We're gonna go and try to see if we can't find these Athorian guys, and we'll try to listen in, but not make it obvious that we're listening, and try to see if we can gather any useful information that might be helpful for Senna when she has to go and try to, negotiate with them on Erdak and I's part of the deal to secure this contract.
I can try to listen in. I'm not really good at being sneaky and stuff.
Okay, well, maybe what we can do then is we can kind of go in and maybe we can try to. I can try to see if I can secure passage maybe to some other little craters around here, and try to find like a wares type place. And I can go pick up some maybe like listening devices or something like that. And we can kind of separate when we first get into the bar, like slap them up under the tables or something like that where they're not going to be real noticeable. And then maybe, hopefully, we can maybe try to get them to sit at one of those specific tables, kind of by being separated and occupying the other tables. And then, maybe we can increase the odds anyway of them sitting at one of the tables with one of those listening devices. And then we'll be able to catch the conversation, record it, and play it back at a later time. So then that way, all you really have to do is just file through the audio files and basically transcribe what they're saying.
Maybe I could try to build something, or maybe we can see if they got any listening bugs or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if we got time to do that, that would be great. I mean, that would definitely be easier than trying to hop all over this planet trying to find something. And I don't really want to be, like walking around here either being like, hey, do you got any like listening devices? Because I think that may draw some attention to things. And I mean, I can even come in and help with crafting some of the devices and stuff. Well, not really me so much, my droid really, but that way we have multiple sets of hands working on things, and we can pump out more of them in a shorter amount of time, I would think.
All right.
What kind of tool would that be, Jeff? Do you think?
What do you want to do?
If we need to make a listening device, what kind of tool would that be?
It could be any of the gadgets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking more of like a listening tool that has a recording capability.
Yeah, any of the gadgets, you pretty much describe what they do, and then it gives you a bonus to the check to see how well it performs doing that task.
That's what I was trying to say. Would it be a specialist, a simple, or precision?
Whatever they want, whatever you want. They all do different bonuses. They all start off at different sizes too, encumbrances. The smallest you can make it is 1 encumbrance, which 1 encumbrance can be as small as a apple, a space apple, space fruit, or maybe a cell phone, or a there's a lot of small things that are encumbrance 1.
It shouldn't be anything really, intricate. So probably maybe a simple tool will probably all it needs to be. It's just going to just record the audio.
Sounds good.
Okay, then yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm sure between my droid, myself, and you, and whatever other droids that you have, I'm sure we could pump out probably quite a few of these. And like I said, kind of go in and maybe have an opportunity before they start getting real busy to kind of put these up under the tables non-stop.
Yeah, bash them. So yeah, I could do that. Just give me a couple hours. I can knock out how many 2 or 3 of them if you need.
Advantages can also let you make them compact, which adds setback dice for noticing them.
Yeah, we could like make it instead of compact, it'd be more like I guess undistinguishable, something like that, like one of those characteristics.
Yeah, whatever the gadgets give. I know there's something that makes them harder to see.
No, I'm not talking about. Okay. Yeah, I can roll a couple times. I'll go back in the back with when we're done here. I'll go back in the back with Bebop and we'll work on that.
Okay, well, I'll ask you if I can come back and work on some as well, so we can get a few more done.
Yeah, it can help. Then I'm going to look at the contract and see if she can figure something out with it.
Yeah, I also I don't know if we're going to do this all together, but I do want to actually just have a face-to-face meeting with the Ithorians too.
Yeah, we probably set some up. Oh yeah, and Cinna's only got 72 hours here, and then she's got a exit the plan unless she gets a reason to stay. So I would suggest if we're going to be here longer than 72 hours, maybe you try to get permission, a reason to stay, or permission.
Yeah. If nothing else, I can probably secure some. I can try and secure some sort of trade agreement with Master Blaster or the other factions.
Or just convince him to keep you around for a little bit.
Yeah, he's still. Master seems weirdly connected, so if I can get in good with him, then it might help our cause. But also, he might be part of the problem.
Yeah, maybe wine and dine him or something like that, or do something he might like.
So yeah, do you guys think it would be better to wait until like you? I know you said you wanted to do some scouting to see what they're about before we go in. So I guess we can do that and then figure out how we're going to go about the meeting. And while you're doing that, I'll go over the trade agreements, and I suspect they're not going to be great.
So how long do you want to spend observing them and trying to record the noises they make? Most of them tend to the vineyards or the different plants around the area. They got little nature-made satchels. They're dressed kind of like space hippies. They put like they pick the best, the ripest space grapes from the space vineyards, and put them in their woven satchels.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna assume anyway that at the end of their day, when they're done, that they're probably gonna collect at the bar to kind of like relax and release the stress. So I'm gonna say like probably a few hours.
There's 1 or 2 that go to the bar. The bartender happens to be an Ithorian. A lot of them just kind of go to their homes, and they got kind of little. They got a little community. It looks like towards the bottom, off the map, but they got like a little community where they have their natural-looking huts that are made using the dirt and the sod and the rocks, and their houses are made from nature. They're basically like druids.
maybe someone can scout out the place and like that, see how well secure their offices are and stuff like that. Maybe we can hide some stuff there too as well later.
So anything you have that doesn't look like nature will stand out like a sore thumb if you go into their community. And also, not being a Thorian, you'll probably get noticed walking into their community, their herd. But you can do whatever you like. Just let me know what you want to do, and I'll tell you what to roll.
What do you do?
I think then maybe perhaps my skills will be better used to kind of case out the encampment that they have instead of a building. I can leave I can leave him a droid and he can assist you. So I'll tell Mam 1 to just build these things and just follow whatever Angiver is telling him to do. So then that way, you know, in some capacity, I'm still helping with building them.
You can to build them. Like I said, Angiver already has a droid for that.
Okay, all right. Well, then that's fine. I will tell him. Then I will tell my mechanics droid, and the sentry droid to go ahead and stay on the Spicy Lady, and I will have my mechanics droid kind of just, I guess, try to begin making my sentry droid not really look like an Imperial sentry droid, like trying to disguise it a little bit better with maybe some changing up some paneling or something on it.
That'll require a deception check.
Skullduggery.
All right. Okay, skullduggery. One of the two.
Right. Okay, I can do skullduggery. That's fine.
It's usually an average check, unless it's said otherwise.
As you've been walking around, no one really pays too much attention to the Imperial droid. I guess they're kind of used to seeing Imperial stuff around here.
Well, no. What I want to do is I want to have my mechanics droid and the both of them stay on the Spicy Lady. So I'm going to be the only one who's going to go.
Okay.
But I'm going to have them two stay on the Spicy Lady, and I'm going to have my mechanics droid attempt to redo bits and parts of my sentry droid so it doesn't look like an Imperial droid.
Okay.
In case I haven't mentioned it, I'm going to let everyone know about that poisonous plant that Master Blaster warned me about.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Thanks for letting us know. I definitely would not want to, be offered that and eat it for sure.
I probably want to do would it be an education or something like that to see how it affects a person if they do ingest it or touch it?
Yeah. 1 purple.
It's pretty commonly known then.
How much time did you want to spend KitCam recording them?
Recording them, I would say maybe like 2 hours.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead now, while it's still daylight, and I'm gonna go down and kind of scout them out. Like as I'm walking through these fields, like stop and talk to them. Even though I might not be able to understand what they're saying, but I'm just gonna make it very obvious by doing like extreme gesturing, to make it known that I'm friendly, I'm nice, I'm not trying to hurt them or do anything mean to them. So then that way maybe when I make it down to the community area that they have, they might not be as alarmed to see me there, and they maybe might be a little more relaxed.
What are you wearing, and what do you have equipped with you?
I'm gonna say that I would have no visible weapons. I would have my convertible rifle pistol thing that I have. I would convert that into the pistol so I can stick it in my secret compartment that I have in my backpack.
And what kind of armor are you wearing? Is it like obvious
My,
battle armor?
yeah, I mean it's pretty much standard battle armor.
Okay. When you get real close to an Ithorian and there's personal space, they raise their hands up in the air.
When they do that, I'll start like waving my arms and shaking my head. No, no, no. And
Then they start waving their arms. And then one of them reaches into its sack and pulls out some of the space grapes and offers them and bows its head in servitude.
I'll tell them no. I'll shake my head. I'll like take their hand and kind of gently close their hand on the grape, and then make a motion to put it back into their pouch.
Do you have xenology? You can try to roll xenology to kind of get an idea what they're trying to do or how to communicate what you want to tell them.
I don't, but we're gonna role play this out, so we're just gonna hope for the best.
It sounds kind of like space whale sounds. Their throat.
I'm talking to Dory.
Well, they have their throat. They have these really long throats that they have these like fish-like eyes on, and their throats look kind of like a whale's gills, kind of. And air comes in and comes out, and it vibrates different noises. And they're trying to mimic your gestures, but they look a little confused as to what you want.
Okay. What's the difficulty on it?
Does your character have any experience with primitive or nature dwelling? Not really. I guess they're not really primitive, but more nature-based creatures, like probably no one knows what an Ewok is, but maybe Wookiees or anything like that. Any other creatures that have technology but choose to spend most of their time in nature.
I mean, I would probably say that somewhere in my bounty hunting, I would have come across and had to kind of study up and do a little background information on some less technological advanced races. So, I mean, I might not know specifically about them, but I'm sure I would probably know, be able to figure out anyway that these are not like tech savvy people.
All right, so I guess you could have 2 purple, since you've been around some other alien species or similar. What are you rolling for? It looks like you forgot a purple or something.
I'm rolling to build the simple tools listening device. That last mechanics check, I got an advantage to put towards lessons learned, so it reduces the next roll by 1. So I reduced that 1. So yeah.
All right, so you get the feeling that they're just trying to do their job, and they want to make sure that they aren't doing anything wrong, and it looks as if they are used to being held up and taken advantage of a lot, and they've just kind of don't want to be hurt or killed, and so they try to be as non-aggressive as they can in their actions.
Okay. With seeing that, then I will go ahead and I'll make like an attempt to kind of just start quickly observe what the others are doing around me. And then I will attempt to kind of mimic what they are doing and like pick a fruit or pick the space grape off of the vine, and then I'll like have it in my hand and I'll show them and I'll like shake my head yes or I'll shake my head no.
So
and see what they do.
Yeah, one of them approaches very cautiously, slowly, and extends its hand out to you, and slowly looks to see how you react as it extends a hand out to your hand that has the space grape in it. What do you do?
I don't flinch. I don't move.
All right, then it comes closer with the other hand, and holds your hand, and puts its big old Athorian eye up close to it, and rotates your hand a little bit so you can look around the grape, and it looks like it nods its head like a yes, and then it points at some other ripe-looking grapes, and it points to one that's not quite ripe, but it looks like it could be. And when it pulls off one that doesn't look quite right, but looks passable, as it rotates it slowly, it gives it a slight squeeze, and you can see like a tiny little worm kind of pop out when it gave it like a little slight squeeze. So it's kind of trying to show you what to look for when you pick the right type of grapes, and it gently places the grape on the ground away from the pathway so that the little worm won't get walked on as it's inside the little grape as it places it on the ground.
Okay. All right. Then I will spend about an hour just kind of going all over the fields here with the various Athorians and assist them with picking grapes. So like I will pick a couple of grapes, get like a handful, and whoever is near me, I will cautiously approach, show them the grapes, and kind of point to their bag, and like basically asking them if I can put my grapes in their bag, basically.
One of them like grabs an empty satchel and holds it out to you and bows her head.
Okay, I will take it, and for the hour that I'm sitting there picking, when I get done for the hour, the one that came up to me and approached me and was showing me the things, I will give him the sack.
Okay, so you doing this, you seem like you've gained some trust with them, and so you now get like a boost whenever you're interacting with any of the Thorians on this planet.
Okay, cool.
And then if you actually are going to pick some grapes or whatever, you can treat it as if you have one rank in whatever skill it is to maybe survival. Anything dealing with the particular space grapes on this planet, you can treat it as if you have one rank in that skill. I guess it would be survival or something. So.
Okay.
Yeah, survival sounds about right.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Okay, all right, that sounds good. Yeah, then after that, I will bow to them, and kind of like.
You cut out. I don't know if her microphone stopped working.
Oh, sorry, I released my button. And then I will kind of bow out, put my hands, bow, and tell them thank you and I appreciate it for showing me everything, and I tell them that I hope to maybe see them a little bit more on the planet during my time here, and just kind of like think of like the Italian talking, like how they're always moving their hands, like that's basically like what Kit Cam is doing, like just making motions to try to imitate the words that he's saying.
They learned a hand gesture, and it's the big old thumbs up.
All right.
From all your hand gestures.
Okay. I will kind of give a chuckle and give them a thumbs up then.
They give a thumbs up, and then when you see an Ithorian showing the little children Ithorian a thumbs up, and they start doing it to each other.
All right. Okay.
So as you walk around, later on, and Ithorians see you, they start giving you the thumbs up.
All right, that sounds good. I will definitely do that. And as I'm kind of walking past, and since they are like little kids around, As I'm walking around, I'll give them the thumbs up and kind of like just lightly kind of pat them on their heads. You know, like in a loving manner, not like trying to knock their brains loose or nothing, but just a sweet little pat on the head.
One of them reaches his arms up and kind of jumps like it wants you to pick it up.
Okay, this is gonna be dangerous, but I'll go ahead and I'll pick them up.
The little child pats you on your head and then gives you a thumbs up.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of start laughing, and then I'll place them back on the ground again, and kind of just point off in a direction, and then start walking.
They start going. Sounds kind of like they're trying to laugh, or maybe laughing in their own weird throat vocal language.
Okay, all right, and if I think that they're laughing, then I'll try to like do my own version of Monty Python's like silly walks, and kind of move around real kind of erratic and crazy, just to try to get them to giggle a little bit more.
They start laughing and fall on the ground and start rolling around laughing.
All right, I'll just keep doing that until I get out of focus or out of range of their sight.
You start hearing this familiar rah, rah, and they start doing the thumbs up, going rah. So I guess they got a nickname for you or something.
Okay, I will. As I hear it, I'll turn around and I'll give it a thumbs up. But I'm gonna keep walking though.
Okay. So, yeah, their little village area, they got these old-fashioned giant wooden barreled wineries, and you see some Ithorians stepping on the grapes, and you see the liquid coming out, and they got these filters that look like they're hemp, like a hemp type of space hemp, or some other type of some type of filter that filters out little pieces and stuff. And they got the little bottle, and it looks like they got their little ink press where they got some technology, but for the most part they try and make their own paper from the plants around, and their own filters. And then you got a little area where they got a fire and they're making their bottles. So that's probably why their wine costs so much. It's not made by robots.
I got you. And during my time down here, since I did notice that they do act sort of fearful, just towards, in my opinion, it would be anybody. Did I happen to observe anything that would give me reason to say, okay, like this is probably why they're afraid?
Yeah, off in the distance, you see one of those sorority sister goons kick over an Thorian, and the Thorian hands it some credits, and cowers on the ground, and then the pirate walks away laughing.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will go over to the pirates, and I'm just gonna inquire why they feel that they need to treat these poor beings so badly.
What? Are you kidding me? That's what they're bred for. They're made to give us credits. I mean, look at them. They're all subservient. They're over here bellowing and all that crap. They're offering us food. We don't want their food. We want credits. And they sure as hell make a lot off their wine. What are they going to spend it on? Everything they need is free here. So.
Well, yes, they do live off the land, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, there is no value to them, and there's no value to the things that they are able to create from the land. How would you like it if somebody were to come here and start bullying and pushing you around. I mean,
They're basically cattle that can make wine. I mean, they can't even speak basic. I don't even think they have any intelligence. They just kind of mimic stuff, and they just know how to do their own little things, and they don't even use technology. So, I mean, if you want to act like a cow, then we're going to treat you like a cow. Or a Bronto, or whatever a space cow is.
well, I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, honestly, I really have to disagree with you. I mean, it has to show some great intelligence for a species race to not even be able to speak the common language of the solar system or the universe here. Yet somehow they do have enough intelligence to figure out for themselves how to create all of this. And all they're doing is making an attempt to provide a service. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that unintelligible people or cows, as you put them, would have the intelligence to do this. Just because they choose to do it in a different manner than what you are choosing to do it in doesn't make them any less of a being.
The koala goes, and then it presses a button on a translation data pad and says, "I don't speak basic, but I know how to use technology to get my point across. If they don't want us knocking them around, they would do something to tell us, or they would fight back, but they don't because they are cattle."
You know, sometimes showing that you have the biggest muscles doesn't always give you the greatest results. Sometimes it actually shows a much stronger individual to refrain from fighting and to refrain from being aggressive and violent more so than it does for the person who is being violent and aggressive. In my opinion, I think if things come down to it and you are resorting to violence and being aggressive, it actually shows that you really are more or less a coward because you are not intelligent enough to be able to speak to somebody and use your words. Instead, you have to resort to violence.
It's like, my family slaughtered by the Empire. They take what they want and kill us. We show them a mercy by not slaughtering them the way that the Empire slaughters our people. There is a hierarchy to things, and we are not at the bottom. The Empire appears to be at the top, unless you can join together with others. But these cattle don't even pick up any lethal arms. They are pacifists, and as such, they will always be walked on by others. We show them mercy by not slaughtering them the way the Empire shows how they control the galaxy by slaughtering others that are not them. That's what his translation robot says after he speaks in his Aqualish native tongue.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, I know you cannot really tell by looking at me very well, but I as well am a Mandalorian, and the Empire has not been kind to my people either. So I do understand the hurt and the pain that comes with being dealt with by the Empire, per se. But at the same time, I don't believe that these poor beings deserve the mistreatment that you were giving them. I'm sure if you would spend just a little bit of time with them and actually take the time to learn things from them, you could find out that they are actually quite intelligent beings.
If you do not want us to knock around the cattle, then help us extort some credits from the Empire's prize possession Master Blaster. And we will not harm your cattle, and we'll get our credits from Master Blaster, the Empire's little pet.
So, in other words, what you're saying is that you yourself are not intelligent enough to come up with a plot or formulate a plot in order to do this yourself. So you want to try to get me to aid you within this plot and do all of the work?
I am not strategic. I am muscle. I am blaster. I shoot, I punch. Coming up with schemes that don't get us stumped on by the Empire is not my forte. But you look capable. You look like you think.
I do think a little bit.
Blah, blah, blah. Then plan and tell us how to execute.
I am sorry, but I don't think that it is necessary for me to help you. I
Then
am simply just making it a point to inform you, educate you on these fine people that live here, these people that you were kicking around and extorting money from, just because you feel that they have less value than you. What would happen if I were to say, because you are not smart and intelligent enough to come up with a plan, what would you say if I were to say that makes you lesser than a being?
As you're talking, the barbell tugs on his shoulder and motions for them to walk away, and they just start walking as you're giving your speech.
I just say, yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. And I'll kind of follow them out because I want to make sure that they're not going to hurt any of the other people.
All right, so they start walking over to a sector that has more creatures that look like them that might be in the sorority area, and they go into an area that has kind of some bouncers, and it's walled off, and they kind of go in that area and look at you and just kind of give a pfft and walk through their little enclosure area.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, as long as there are other of the creatures around, I'm going to follow them to make sure that they're not harming anyone else.
Okay. Does anyone else want to? We're about out of time. Did anyone else want to do anything?
Let's hear from Senna or Urdak. For 3 hours I was crafting those little listening devices.
Yeah, we saw that too. What about Patty? Did you want to do anything?
That's going to take a bit longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I guess. Can I do like some kind of roll to look through the contract and see if there's a way I can squeeze out some more room for the Ithorians to make some money, or what end I get more money on? Because I have some pretty good abilities for negotiation stuff.
So I can just tell you from reviewing the contract and kind of what you've been observing on the planet, the biggest way to have the best room to negotiate is it's like they only make a certain amount of money from what you gather, right? And a lot of that money's being siphoned off from pirates and other criminal organizations. So it seems like if you can get the pirates and other criminal organizations to stop siphoning money from them, they might be more inclined to sign the contract.
Okay. So it's kind of they may take the less than favorable deal in order to get...
If they have funds. The problem is they've only got a set amount of money they make, and then that's all being siphoning off. So they might not have a full 10%, even though they'd be willing to sign it, but they can't guarantee it. They wouldn't be able to pay up with all their all their profits being siphoned off by everyone else in the galaxy taking advantage of them.
Okay.
So that's kind of what you glean. I mean, they don't seem like they're confrontational at all. They seem very helpful from kind of what you know of the Thorians, and then kind of what.
So could I
you've
do
been
like
noticing.
a negotiation check or something to see if I can find some room? Like, say we take care of the bandits or do something with the bandits, someone else might just come along. So is there a way I can try and do a negotiation check or some sort of trade check to see if I can make some room in the budget for like security or something like that?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't know what skill check you would use. You got any suggestions?
Like, would it be a negotiation thing? That's the only thing I can think. Like, as
Could
far
be.
as
Do you know what Hamar's stats are, Demarion? What he would have to roll against for negotiation?
It's on Roll20. I just don't have access because I'm not GM now.
Is it HAM?
Yeah, it's under the heist.
Alright. Let's make a note of it, and we can do this next week, okay? So just let's make a note, and I'll have his stats ready for next week for you to do a negotiation on his contract to change the terms of the deal.
Let me see if it's on the OneNote. I'm not OneNote, the PDF.
Okay, so we're a little over. So I think we did a lot progress. So I mean, most of this is player narration. You tell me what you want to do. It's kind of an interactive world, and then things happen based on your guys' decision. So I think that's pretty cool what KitCam did. So with the interacting, so she's got kind of a bonus dealing with the Thorians and stuff like that. So
really showed them something.
Yeah, we'll do 15 experience, and we'll continue this next week.
Woo, right. 15.
Real quick too, I was just gonna say this can happen off camera or whatever. But after KitCam makes sure that the guys get off to where they're going and they're leaving all of the Ethereans alone, I will go back and find the one that they kicked, and I will attempt to give him some credits to put it back, like to replace what they took, basically.
Oh, he tries to keep giving it back to you, but eventually and does the thumbs up and takes the credits when it sees it. You're not testing it.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
All right.
So then after that, I will kind of continue to venture around a little bit, and then make my way back up to the ship and kind of tell them, what I saw.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for running, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, thank you for running. Didn't mean to take over the last half of it.
No, it's okay. It just allowed me to not have to do anything else.
All right. I'll see you guys later then.